Hi, I'm Mr. Sand. Well, kind of. I'm like the invisible Mr. Sand. So I want to explain to you a little bit about this formal lab requirement that we're doing right now for Grandma Sand's claim that you are taller when you lie down. What I want you to do is I want you to think about that claim, and I want you to think about how you're going to test that. It should be pretty easy, the way that you're thinking about this. It shouldn't be anything very difficult to test here. But in the formal lab requirements, which is going to be true for all the labs we do in this class, you need to have three main parts. The first part is the journal. The journal is what you do in your lab. It's a discussion of what you did, how you designed the experiment, the results. You're supposed to write this in a way that an absent student, a student that's not around you, could pick up your writing and do exactly what you did and get the exact same results that you get. So that's the first part. The second part is the data interpretation and interpretation. I like this part the best. I think it's the most important part of the lab. It's your data, and it's in a form that anyone can read it. If you've got a possibility of doing a graph, definitely do a graph. If you've got a chance to do some data manipulation, like find an average of something, or maybe find a trend line, if you know how to do that, please do that. If you need help in finding a trend or making some sort of a mathematical model of your data, please ask, because it's a fantastic thing to get in the habit of doing, especially when you get into the harder sciences as well. This is kind of an introductory science, because it covers all physical science. You've also got to make an interpretation. What does your data mean? So does it mean that the claim is correct, that it's false? I don't know. You have to make an interpretation. Sometimes you can't make an interpretation because your data is all over the place and it doesn't give you a clear result. That's okay. You can say that it doesn't give you a clear result. Just make an accurate interpretation there. And finally, the evaluation. Now, the evaluation is a very strange section because it requires you to know what other people do in their experiments. So what I'm going to have you do is, as soon as you're done with gathering your information, gathering your data, I want you to briefly write in a discussion section on Canvas. Briefly. I want you to briefly write how you got your results and what your results were. If you look over other people's results and how they got their results, that can inform you on how you can change your own experiment. So it's a requirement that you must write brief, I'm talking like a few sentences, a brief description of what you did and your results. You need to look at other people's method and their results before you can say, all right, this is how I would change my experiment. So I hope that this makes the formal lab report a little bit more clear. We'll be doing the same exact method for every single lab that we do, every single formal lab that we do. I might ask you for some informal labs where you don't have to do this, but for every formal lab, this is how you do it. Okay? I hope that was clear. If you have any question about how I'm going to be grading you in each of these three categories, please look at the formal lab report guidelines document that I gave you in this assignment. Okay. Good luck.